Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're going to be looking over our Week 3 matchup from the British Pokemon League. You may notice we're not on the draft dock as we normally are to start these things off, but instead we are looking over on the Draft League's net site. We're just gonna give this a try, because this does show some information slightly better, I believe. For a viewing context, as you know, the dock isn't exactly meant as a good visual representation of things, but instead a way of getting things ready for a match. But you notice we have a little bit of Christmas in July, as we have an ice-cold mono-ice team this week. We'll notice the key mons on the opposing team by SSlimeyy being the Darmanitan Glare. It is a monster in all regards, an incredible attack stat. Its ability being able to give it a choice band on top of its attack stat makes it hit incredibly hard. On top of that, it can also go with a Zen mode set, which can be extremely threatening if you don't have the correct precautions. On top of that, his mega of choice being the Abomasnow. Sure, it isn't the premier of options at the mega slot, but it is threatening in its own right in a Trickerow mode that he could bring with something like the Mr. Rhyme to set or the Frostlass to set. The Crabominal is also a huge threat inside a Trick Room, with its base stat of speed being a tad bit low. But another mon that hits incredibly hard with Iron Fist. On top of that, he then has the Hell package with the 9 tails, and both the Abomasnow as well, being able to set the Hell for his Hell Sweepers and Arctozolt, which is a big threat with its moves. Voltbeak being incredibly strong when it goes first, and a Lowland Sand Slash being a threat in Hell as well. Now, you may notice, looking at his team, it is a tad bit Fire weak, and a tad bit Steel weak. That's to be expected when you go with a mono team, that you're going to have, you know, a crucial weakness or two. But looking at that, basically our game plan this week is Rapidash and Scizor, and then Profit. We'll just scroll on down past my type chart, down to his, so that, you know, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. With 9 Fire weaknesses and 8 Steel weaknesses. So Scizor is going to be a huge threat into the matchup for him. And we'll slide on over into Showdown, and I'll talk about the team a tad bit. We're going right into our team that we'll be bringing to this week. We have the star of the show, Rapidash. We have just a basic set here with enough speed that after a +1, we will outspeed Arctozolt and Sandslash in Hail if need be. On top of that, Flare Blitz just hits everything on his team, obviously. And then we have Morning Sun just as a bit of recovery, because looking at his team, he doesn't have the greatest way of hitting Rapidash overall. So the longer that we'll get it on the field and the more damage it gets putting out, the faster we get going. Rapidash should be able to stay on the field a good amount of time and put in a nice bit of work. Expert Belt just so that Flare Blitz and Fallout Charge are doing just that much more damage, and then Flame Body just to get some burns on things that do hit us with those physical and contact attacks. After that, obviously, Mega Scizor is going to be our next mon. It has max attack with Bullet Punch, Dual Wing Beat, Tailwind, and Detect. Tailwind just so that we can get our speed up to match his options if he would go with Hail. With the Sand Rush, or not the Sand, the Hail Slush Rush. Just this way some of our slower mons in the back will be able to keep up if need be. But Bullet Punch pretty much OHKOs half his team, and when it doesn't OHKO, it 2-shots. And then we have Dual Wing Beat for both the Crabominal and the Abomasnow. We have enough speed for some of his other mons if they would run a tad bit of speed, but overall speed wasn't a huge need on the team. Next up, we have the Jellicent. Honestly, Jellicent wasn't a huge need here, but it did give us a decent way of hitting Mr. Rhyme if it did come and try to set Trick Room. And I wanted an option to be able to reverse Trick Room if need be. And then just Will-O-Wisp to get burns on the physical attackers with things like the Abomasnow and the Crabominal. And then recover just for some staying power on the field. After that, we have the Tyranitar, rocking the Rindo Berry just to help us with our matchup into Abomasnow, as Woodhammer does a nice amount of damage, to say the least. Rock Slide hits most of the team as it's ice types for good damage. Fire Punch just to be able to one-shot the Abomasnow if need be. And then Dragon Dance to be able to go faster than most of his team after a single Dragon Dance. And then obviously the Tyranitar's main reason to coming is his ability Sandstream to be able to override his Hail if need be. After that, we have a fun Zeraora set here with Fake Out, Blaze Kick, Coaching, and Power Up Punch. Has enough speed to outrun his whole team. And then the rest is just an HP for bulk, and then the rest goes into attack. Power Up Punch will OHKO a Weavile, along with giving us a +1 so that our Blaze Kicks will do more damage into everything else. But you see a common trend on the team is just fire coverage, steel coverage, rock coverage, fighting coverage should be able to hit everything. And then just to finish it up at the end, we have the just basic Scarfed Out Creamy. It outruns its whole team and just decorates things. Encore to lock into Trick Room if I want. If we can catch it, that is. Obviously, it's not a prankster Encore, so it won't be as good, but we can Encore certain moves. Charm to impact those physical attackers, and then Mystical File just as our damaging move because everything's weak to fire, and getting special attack drops could be very useful. That is our team of 6. I feel really confident with these 6 going in, and we'll slide on into the battle. Looking at the team that he brought, it's pretty much what we expected with the Abomasnow and the Artazol being his Slush Rush option. The Crabominal in there just for big damage. Frostlass, if I had to guess, has Trick Room option on it. Lapras we didn't really expect, but I don't think it's a huge issue for our team. And the Memo Swine comes, which with Thick That is really his only fire resist, so I assumed it would come. And you also notice we are using a replay again, unfortunately. Basically, right when I went to record this, a bunch of family came over, and the audio from the game is unusable because there is so much background noise from little annoying children that no one wants to hear, so I'll spare you that. Unfortunately, we're 3 weeks in and we get to have live commentary, but that will change this week. I'm quite certain the time frame where I'm playing Esquire this week is quite free, so... But we'll hop on right into it with my lead of Rapidash and Zeraora. It is just our best lead into his team. It gives us a lot of options. He leads the Frostlass and the Lapras. Not a real scary lead. I don't know exactly what it does, but I'm not too scared of it. We just fake out the Lapras just for the safe play, and he goes for an ally switch, so basically we get our free +1 in speed after that turn. Unfortunately, we don't get the damage into the Frostlass because of that ally switch, but Blaze Kick will just do the damage that we need into it. They burn Zeraora, which is unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. Our Rapidash is quite low now, and he's just going for another ally switch. We go for the Morning Sun, getting some more health back onto our Rapidash. And since we now see that it is a physical Raptors, that we're just free to start coaching. We get the Flame Body Burn, which is massive, because now Rapidash is going to be able to sit on the field for quite a bit longer. You see, we're now at +2 attack, +2 defense, and +1 speed. Like, the Rapidash is fully set up. He goes for the Destiny Bond, trying to catch us. Luckily for us, we don't fall into that trap, and expecting a gimmick play of some kind and not wanting to lose Rapidash, we just protect it to keep it from going into that Destiny Bond. The Hex will knock off Zero Aura. I don't think the crit mattered because of the burn, but it could have with our investment, so. But the big 2 threats are now in with Scissor and Rapidash. Bullet Punch is going to be able to pick up either of them, so the ally switch doesn't matter because Flame Charge is going to also pick up a KO that turn. They get the disable on the Flame Body, or on the Flame Charge, which is unfortunate because we're now going to have to go for the Flame Charge or Flare Blitz, which is going to do more damage, but it's fine. Bullet Punch does just over half to the Mamoswine, so about what we expected. They protect, and the High Horsepower does 69 through +2 defense, so I'm assuming it is Choice Band at this point because that is a lot of damage. Scizor picks up the KO, and Flare Blitz will pick up the KO on Crabominal through an Orca Berry, which was quite huge, and just KO itself in return. So we'll win game 1 with a 2-0. We'll slide on into the next game here. My lead and his lead are very similar. He switches out the Frostlass for Mamoswine, which is a good play by him, because if it is Choice Band, High Horsepower is going to be a nuke onto the Rapidash. He changes his target into the Drill Run on the Zero Aura. We're now at +2, and we'll get the Flare Charge off here into the Mamoswine, just wanting some damage into it, and we barely survived that double up because of the +2 defense and the bulk that we have into the Rapidash, which was quite convenient to have. But he goes for the High Horsepower to Zero Aura, unfortunately for us, but we now know that the Mamoswine is in range of a Bullet Punch, and Rapidash is just going to get a free Morning Sun, and they pull out the natural gift. This caught me off guard so much. I didn't expect him to have any super effective moves for the Scizor, so when he pulled that out, got a tad bit spooked. Misplayed there and went with Flame Charge over Flare Blitz over Flame Charge. Flame Charge would have KO'd it, but in the moment I just wanted the threat gone, so unfortunate, but it doesn't matter too much in the end. Bullet Punch does half to the good old Arctozolt. We leave a Body Press thanks to our investment. Rock Slide will pick up the remaining health on that Arctozolt. And then after winning a speed tie, we will knock out the Lapras with Tyranitar to win 1-0 in the second game. So we're off to a hot start here in the British League, starting off 3-0 as we start to get into some more of the scarier games on my schedule, I would say. But it was a fun week this week. It wasn't anything too surprising prep-wise on my end. It was kind of a straightforward week, but it was still fun nonetheless. It's always fun to play the mono-type teams. But with that, I'll catch you on the next video. Hope you enjoyed. See ya!